Hello everybody and welcome back. Blackburn, FM21. Let's get back into it. Where were we? So, in the last episode, we drew 1-1 to Reading. And we were hunting down a playoff spot. We've played some more games since then, so let's jump right into it. And then we'll talk a little bit about where we are and some of the players and whatever else. First up, we have Millwall after that. A tough away game against Millwall. But we made light work of it. Adam Armstrong is he's a monster. I love him. He scored a penalty and a pretty nice second goal. I've already got it up here, so I'll show it while I've got it. Adam Armstrong's really been a bright spot on this season. I mean, it's been a good season to be honest, but he's been a real force. I'm really happy I've got him. So, a comfortable 2-0 win away at Millwall, and that really kind of put me back on track. As you can see, it was 7 games unbeaten before we went to Brentford. Well, we hosted Brentford, and we were a little bit outclassed in this game. Brentford flying high, top of the league. We just didn't really have much of a... Well, we did have a chance, but we didn't play well enough. We got a late consolation, but really Brentford were good value for the win. Back on track. Next game, Bristol City at home. A 5-1 romping. Just while I talk shit, I'm going to get these goals up for you. You know, it's not very often we get 5 goals in a game, is it? So I'm going to show them off. You know, fuck it. There is one very nice goal in here. I'll show you from Mr. Armstrong, the king himself. So we've got a first goal from Bradley Dack. Look at that for a hit. Absolutely sensational. Bradley Dack is having a good season. Didn't play most of the season. He's kind of come in about halfway through. We changed up the formation to suit him, and he's really playing well. Another really good goal. Big Bad Rothwell. What's he called? Joe Rothwell. He's played well this season as well when he's come in. Sloppy goal, as you can see from the set pieces. We've been conceding a lot of set pieces, so we'll have to try and work on those. Now look at this for a goal, boys. Look at this one. Bradley Dack with the just eagle eye to pick this pass out. You know, I say how do you defend that, but to be honest, Mawson made a bit of a mistake for that one. But, you know, we won't talk about that. Dolan from the corner for us. It turns out that we're not the worst team at defending set pieces in the Championship. It might be Bristol City, but we are pretty bad at defending. Anyway, so that was a really nice game to get back on track after a tough loss to Brentford. And we followed that up with a 1-1 draw away at Norwich. I mean, it's not the worst result. Norwich are doing really well in the Championship. They're like 4th or something. And they're a good team. They have Buendia and some other players. Did he start with Buendia? He definitely played. Oh, he started on the bench. Okay. But, like, the first game we played against Norwich this season, Buendia terrorised me. So I was a bit scared of playing him again. But they do have a good team. Like, I'm guessing this is a good player. You know, he is for the Championship, isn't he? As you can see, I've got extensive knowledge of Norwich. I know like one player. I think they were resting some players, luckily, so maybe we got spurred a bit there. And next game up is Wycombe away. Now, let's have a bit of a look at the Championship and see where we are. Great playoff race. I'm really happy with the way this season's gone. I was hoping it would be an exciting season, and it's proven to be exactly that. Adam Armstrong is leading the goal-scoring charts. Beast of a player. Love him. Go out and sign him on your saves. You won't regret it. And yeah, we're 8 points behind Watford. And we're like dead level with a couple of other teams, Forest and Swansea. Forest do have that game in hand though, so potentially we could be getting knocked out of the spots. But, you know, 8 games to go. It's all to play for, boys. All to play for. Which makes this next game against Wycombe, and then the following games after that, all the more important. I don't see why we can't beat Wycombe. Wycombe, they screwed me earlier this season. I think they were like right near the bottom of the league, and they came along and did a job on me. 0.15 XG, and they won 1-0. FM'd, I believe you call that, lads. FM'd. So yeah, let's jump in. I think we're ready to go. Like I said, I'm very happy with the way this season's gone, and even if we fall short, I'll still be pretty pleased. It would be amazing, though, to get in the top, the playoff spots. Attacking, really? Away? We get some questionable advice from our assistant manager. We're going to ignore him, and we're going to go straight to the team selection. I'm pretty happy with this team, I think. Maybe... I've dropped Harvey Elliott, by the way, guys. He's just so frustrating. He's had a really bad season. I'm completely finished with him. You know, 1 goal and a lot of 6s. So, I think I've seen enough. We're playing with Ayala at centre-back. Not the first choice. He's been dubbed the People's Champion. Oh, bloody hell. Sorry, guys. 1 sec. Yeah, sorry. And anyway, so the People's Champion, a phone call in the middle of the stream. How professional I am in the middle of the video. Couldn't time it any better, could you? I've not recorded a video all day, no phone calls, and then the second we start recording, off it goes. Anyway, what was I looking at? I was looking at Ayala, and I was saying how shite he is, and he is dog shit. I would like to play somebody else. I'm just trying to find him. Who is the guy? Where is he? Williams? Is Williams the guy? Williams is the guy. I was a bit confused because it lists him as a fullback and not a centre-back. So, we'll stick those guys on the bench, and I think that's pretty much it. I think we're good to go then. Davenport, he's been another disappointment this season too. And let's get Adam Armstrong back in the team. Okay, let's rock and roll, boys. This is a big game. Huge game. Let's go and get some revenge, lads. Let's go get some revenge. And off we go. I'm playing on balanced. I quite like balanced. I think it works quite well. Anything like 2 attacking, and it just doesn't seem to work out for me for some reason. But it's a work in progress, isn't it? You figure these things out on the fly. I started off the season with like a bit of a 4-3-3, but that wasn't really working out for us. Similar to what Wickham are playing in this game. That's what I was kind of playing, that sort of system. But I switched to the 4-2-3-1 with Bradley Dack in the number 10 role, and we're flying. And very nice delivery. Not a very nice header. Who was that? Whoever it was shit. This is the first time I've seen us donning the Red Sox this season. Rothwell. Cut inside. Cut inside. Nope. The fouls are a little bit dodgy on this game. I was playing some matches today on a different save, and I saw some very dodgy penalties that went to VAR, and, well, I guess VAR is extremely dodgy in real life too, so it's pretty realistic. Horgan on the wing. We really need to beat these. We really need to win. The balance of play so far is probably tipping in Wickham's favour a little bit, I'd say. Those headers make me a bit nervous. If you do have any suggestions about like tactics and formations and thoughts on what I'm doing, do feel free to leave them in the comments. Like, I've played Football Manager for a long time. Ooh, close, Bradley Dack. I've played Football Manager for a long time. I've played since Champman 0102, but, and this is a big but coming up, I've not really messed with tactics much over the years. I used to, once upon a time, but in the last like 5 or 6 years, I've just not really found tactics that interesting. Let's go. Lenihan. Huge goal. Enormous. Yeah. The last 5 or 6 years, I've not really messed with tactics at all, so I'm a bit rusty with kind of how it deals, some, you know, like the best ones to use, and I've never really been too hot on them, I have to say. So if you do have any suggestions, let me know. I tweak what I can, but as I said, I'm not very good at them. I've always found it a bit tricky to kind of guess what works, especially on like match engines like last year's match engine, which didn't feel very realistic, if I'm being completely honest. This year feels a lot better though, so I'm more willing to try things out. Bradley Dart coming deep. We should probably go a bit more cautious, try and cling on to this this dogged 1-0 lead. We'll see what it's like after half time. Rothwell. No. A good effort. Good effort. I like Rothwell a lot. I don't think his statistics are the best, or his attributes I should say are the best, but he always seems to perform, and I like that. Okay, let's have a... This highlight's making me a bit nervous. I was going to change the system up, but if we're going to get a highlight, let's see how this pans out. Ooh, that looked like a goal to me. Lucky to avoid it. Let's switch it up a bit. A little bit deeper, a little bit more time wasting, a little bit slower pace. Hopefully we can take a bit of sting out the game, because these will be massive 3 points to cling on to, I have to say. Look at the defence. The defence are playing immense. I'm loving what I'm seeing. So, a bit more time wasting, a bit less dribbling, a bit more regrouping. God, I said that terribly. A bit more regrouping, hold our shape a bit better, and drop a bit deeper. Maybe we've dropped a little bit too deep, actually. A bit early. We'll see. We'll see. Ball bag. He's been dubbed ball bag, by the way, because we fell out very early this season, and that was extremely close, boys. That was extremely close. Yeah, we fell out with Rankin Costello pretty early in the season over something really trivial as well. Some like very minor issue that escalated into a big issue. They always do on Football Manager. Oh my god. Oh no. Has anyone ever seen the goal by Fernando Torres against Blackburn, ironically? From 2009, 2010, I think it was. Maybe even 2008. It was a sensational goal at Anfield, and it was just like this one. Good lord. Scott Cashcott, third goal of the season, you know, because you can't score against any other team, really. Oh, lads. We've been struck from hell's heart right there. That's a hammer blow. Sensational goal, I have to say. But, you know, what can you do about that? What can you do about that? That was sensational. Venus says we should criticise them. I'm not so sure. I think they played quite well. I'm just going to say they were unlucky. Maybe I need to be a bit more angry, but, you know, a goal like that, what can you do? That was amazing. You have to take the point, I guess. Wickham have proved to be a bit of a bogey team this season. Next up we have Bournemouth. Another huge game. The classic autosave cropping up just at the right time. What do we say, boys? We crank out another game very quickly. Let's crank out one more. Screw it. Hopefully we can bag a win. Bournemouth are in third place, so this is going to be a really tough game. There's not many easy games in the... as I was saying, there's not many easy games in the Championship, and fourth place Cardiff away is definitely not going to be one of them. After this game, which is another toughie. So, who else have we got? Cardiff, Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, Huddersfield. Who else did I see there? Rotherham and Birmingham. So we can beat Rotherham, hopefully. Although they did beat us last time round. And Birmingham. Okay, so that Cardiff game is probably about as tough as it gets away. So, let's see how this one goes. Bradley Dack, a bit unfit, did I just see there? Yeah, okay. Nyambi's a bit unfit too. This isn't good. Let's get Brereton back on the pitch. The cheap Ronaldo. And I think that's good. Holtby, is he on the team? The chronic disappointment, Holtby. The crippling disappointment. Let's just play. Let's just go for it. I quite like this team. I know I've just criticised one of the linchpins of the team, but other than that, I'm quite happy. Let's jump in. Bournemouth have lost 3 of the last 5. Might be a bit ambitious, demanding a win, but hey ho. I'm just going to put the highlights on key, since we are doing 2 matches this stream. Nice tackle, Travis, setting the tone early. I like it. We did start the season off with a really impressive win against Bournemouth, so it would be nice to do the double on them. I'm going to leave it on balanced. Don't need to go any more attacking, I don't think. The 4-4-2, the flat 4-4-2, I've not seen that in a while. Good clearance. That was looking a little bit precarious. I also need to check I'm playing the correct left back as well. Oh, I've got Barry Douglas on the bench. I'm an idiot. I knew I'd done something wrong. See, this is the high caliber of stream of video you're dealing with. What an idiot. The high caliber of manager keeps playing the wrong player at left back. I've done it 2 games in a row now. Because Barry Douglas is sick. His free kicks alone just make him viable. Anyway, Nyambi, talking of sick. Costello, ball bag, I should call him. His affectionate name. Holtby, do something for me, Holtby. Good effort, good effort. I agree, FM. It deserved a goal. Whether we get one or not anytime soon remains to be seen. Steve Cook. How old is Steve Cook? Steve Cook must be getting on a bit. I'd say a bright start though. You know, we're winning the XG. More shots, more chances in general. I think we're doing well. A reminder, this summer, assuming we don't get sacked by the board, we will be doing some performance reviews. Bit of a special episode at the end of the season. I'll call some players into the office, give them a thorough review of the performance. Maybe some staff members too. Oh, goalkeeper. Oh my god. What was the goalkeeper doing, lads? Did you see that? He was in no man's land. He was completely lost. He was like it's like the episode of Game of Thrones where Ramsay Bolton is shooting the kid with the arrows. And he's just all over the place. And he somehow manages to get shot with an arrow. That's what the goalkeeper was doing. What the hell's going on here? This is like Chuckle Brothers defending. Holtby's like falling over his own feet. Clown shoes on. Okay, so Bournemouth have started trying to take control of this game now. Maybe we have to make a change at half time. We're getting battered. Might take off Holtby. Holtby seems to be struggling. He can't even stand up properly. Okay, can we hit these on the break? Adam Armstrong over the top maybe? Costello? Dak. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Good effort. Good effort. Very nice pass from Dak. They seem to have a bit of a connection, Dak and Armstrong. I like that. He seems to be able to find him from a mile away. like a heat-seeking missile. Considering I've had this game on key highlights, there's been a lot of highlights. It's felt like an extended game. Stacey Brooks. Oof, what a goal. Oi. We got carved up there. That was not a good goal to concede. Travis is struggling in this game. Holtby's struggling. We're getting completely overrun in the midfield, I think. Is that Holtby? Yeah. I really dislike Holtby. I think I'm going to sell him in the summer. But we'll find out in the performance reviews, actually. When we grade him officially. But it's not looking good for old Holtby. If anyone's got any players they like watching, let me know in the comments. Like I know Daniel Ayala is a fan favourite in the stream. I don't know if you guys like watching any of these players. Fuck me. David Brooks. We're getting tonked here, lads. Two goals in like 2 minutes, is that? Oh no, it's all going wrong. I'm going to throw the water ball. That was embarrassing. Really poor. I mean, I forgot to take off Holtby. He's really disappointed himself. And Travis too. Let's get Rothwell on and let's see how this goes. This has been a really poor game for us. We started off well, to be honest. We looked good in the first half. And it's just like... off a portion of the first half, I should say. The early part of the first half. But, like... Bournemouth have just kind of, like, ground me down and taken over the game. I think we've just been outclassed, to be honest. That second goal, that Brooks goal, was very good. I mean, they both were, to be fair. But we can keep trying. Niambi. Cut it back. Costello. Dak. It's not good enough, is it, lads? Not good enough. The incision, it's just not there. Dak. Rothwell. Come on, Rothwell. Do something. Find somebody. Ooh, good effort. Good effort. I think we just lick our wounds and get away from this one, lads. Get out of here. On to the next one. Ranking Costello. Ballbag has had a very poor game. Hands on the hips. You know, just stern disappointment. I'm not happy with that. At all. Really poor performance. So yeah, I think that about wraps it up. Bit of a meh. You know, a draw and a loss from these two games. Not very good, is it? It's a shame as well, because that Wickham game we were winning till late and then they scored that sensational goal. And you could argue both of the Bournemouth goals were pretty fucking good, but what can you do? So boys, that leaves us 3 points off 6th place and in a lot of trouble, to be honest, when it comes to the playoff spots now. I think that's probably a massive dint in our hopes, but we're going to keep trying. 1 or 2 wins, and you never know, do you? Maybe one or two of these teams can tear some scraps off each other, and you know, you never know. It's never over till it's over. Thank you very much for watching. Drop me a like, drop me a comment, let me know what you think, and yeah, I appreciate any support I get. I will probably do another video probably tomorrow night, late tomorrow night, because I'm streaming tomorrow night, so I'll probably record one or two games in the stream, and hopefully they'll be a bit fucking better than tonight, eh? Have a great night, guys, and I'll catch you all soon. Bye bye.